Good luck.
Merhaba arkadaşlar, hepiniz IEFT Talks webinarlarına hoş geldiniz. Bugün ABD'nin Köklü Üniversitelerinden Rider University'de Eğitim ve New Jersey'de Yaşam'ı Jeff'ten dinliyor olacağız. Lütfen sorularınızı questions kısmından sormayı unutmayın. Yes, Jeff, the stage is yours now.
All right. Thank you very much, Zainab. Well, good. I think it is good afternoon to everyone, and welcome to the IEFT Fair, where we're highlighting Rider University. I am Jeff Hutchison. I am the Director of International Admissions at Rider University in New Jersey. So the next few minutes, maybe 30, 40 minutes, just like to chat with you, talk with you about Rider University and what we have to offer you as you begin to look for your higher education goals. I know that you have a very, very important choice in front of you, and that choice is, where do you go to receive your education? Whether you're looking for a bachelor's or a graduate program, I hope to introduce Rider University to you as a possibility for your educational goals. And I see many people starting to fill the chat. Hello to everyone. Very nice to meet you, and very nice to be here with you today. I am going to share my screen and just 1 second here. Let me put this up. And I will give you an opportunity to learn a little bit about Rider University. Rider University is a small private university in the state of New Jersey. We have been a university, a higher education institution for over 150 years. We started in 1865, and we began as a business school. And yes, I see in the chat about graduate programs. We have both undergrad and graduate programs, and I'll get to those in just a second. First of all, those location, where is Rider University? You know, United States, of course, is a very large country, but where in the world is Rider? Well, Rider is very close to New York and Philadelphia. Matter of fact, if we go, let me put this screen up here. If we scroll down here, you'll see that Rider University, if you take the United States here, and then you start to zoom in, we get closer, you get into New York City and all this area right here on the East Coast. And that is where we are located. And if you get even closer, let's see, my screen is not moving too quickly this morning. My apologies. Well, I tell you what, I don't want the screen to mess us up this morning. So let me go back to the presentation here. So we're right between New York and Philadelphia, about an hour from New York and about 45 minutes from Philadelphia. And we're also very close to the ocean. You may have heard of the Jersey Shore. But one thing that is really key to this area is that in this corridor, if you go all the way down to DC and up to Boston, Philadelphia, New York, there are many, many seats of industry, pharmaceutical companies, entertainment, government agencies, NGOs. And what that means is there's opportunity for you in the workforce as you're going through with your degree program. So if you are coming to us for a graduate program, you have opportunity to do internships with many of the corporations and businesses in and around the area. The campus itself is very large. We have about, I think it's 130 hectares that we have available to you that you can take part in. And we're a very green campus. As you can see, it's very walkable. It's a beautiful space for you to enjoy and see as you come to Rider University. As a matter of fact, I'm going to come back in just a minute. Well, actually, why don't I do it just now? I'm going to show you how you could take a virtual tour of the campus. I realize you're sitting, most of you look like you're in Istanbul, and you're sitting there and say, wow, Rider University is, you know, it's a 9-hour, 7-hour plane ride away. I would like to know more about the university, what it looks like. Well, we have the opportunity for you, and I will put this in the chat. Matter of fact, I'll put this in the chat right now for everyone. You could go on and you could schedule a virtual tour. You could go into the virtual tour and get a better idea of what campus is like. The next one we have is the 18th of May. And then we have some in June as well. And during that virtual tour, you will have someone that leads you around and talks about the university for that day. So I think that's a great opportunity that you can go through and you can see more about what we have to offer. All right, so let me move right along and we'll get into, oops, wrong page here. There we go. Okay. So what do we have? Academic distinctions. So let me talk a little bit about that, and that will lead into the graduate programs. I know, Con, you're asking about the graduate programs, and I'll give you a little background to this and what we have. We are top ranked in the North United States. We're number 30 in the United States in the North region. We're also ranked 21st as most innovative and a best value school. And if you are into business, Con, I know you graduate programs, sometimes that usually might be an MBA or master's in accounting, information systems. We are AACSB accredited. That's very important. Engaged faculty, we have about a 12-to-1. Actually, I think he's down to about a 10-to-1 student to faculty ratio. And when you come into class, you do not have a teaching assistant. You will be taught by the faculty directly. Now, on our campus, we have over 100 majors that are available. So, Con, I think you're the one in the chat that's asking about the graduate programs. Graduate programs, we have, I think we're looking at about 30 to 40 graduate programs that we have out of the majors that we offer. And if you are looking for the different types of majors and say, hey, I really don't know what I want to look at, well, you can start with the business or with the school itself. And we have 4 schools. We have the Brodsky College of Business. So if you're into business, you could start there. Again, business is how we began in 1865. Education and Human Services. It's not just teaching. You may think, well, I want to, what do I do with education? Well, we have counseling services and psychology, etc., that is also available through our Education and Human Services. Then we have our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and this covers a wide array of subjects that we have. Everything from computer science to biology to marine science, biochemistry, graphic design, film and television. So it's a wide berth of offerings there. And I'll get more into that in just a moment. And then the Westminster College of the Arts. That is where, if you are interested into the arts and singing, the performance, or maybe even the production, you would go to that area. We'll start with the College of Business and what we have available here. This is just a sampling of the majors that we have. So at the graduate level, we have our Masters of Accountancy and we have our Masters of Business Administration. We also have an executive master. So maybe you are further along. Maybe you're not in high school. Maybe you're not in college. Maybe you are in your professional career right now and say, I need an MBA, but I can't go full time. Well, we have that option for you too with our Executive Masters of Business Administration. We have a lot of executives that partake in that MBA. They're currently working and they're able to do that at the same time. And we also have our Masters of Science in Information Systems. And I point this out because this is a STEM degree that we have out of our business school. And the STEM degree, if you are aware of how the U.S. immigration system works, the STEM degree, if you receive a degree in a field like that, that will allow you to work up to 3 years in the United States after you finish your program. At the undergraduate level, we also have some STEM programs. We have actuarial science, business analytics, as well as the information systems. All of these give you a STEM degree. All of the others, very important, very helpful, but you only get 1 year of work after you have finished the degree when you do that. And in the US, the way it works, if you come and finish a bachelor's the first 4 years, you can work for 1 year after that. Then you could go into the master's, and then you could work for another year. Now, if both of those degrees are STEM, so for example, let's say your undergraduate is business analytics, you could work 3 years, then go to a master's. And then if you went into a master's of information systems, that would give you another 3 years of work in the United States. And you can see that we do connect our students with what is around. You can see one of our graduates there, that is Wall Street in New York City. He had his master's of accountancy, and he went straight into Wall Street working there with a firm out of that area. So all of these are different options and available to you out of the business school. If you're not into business, maybe you're into liberal arts. Maybe you have a different direction you want to go. Maybe you're into computer science, film and television. Maybe you want marine sciences. We have a wide berth of options for you and available to you at the Liberal Arts and Sciences College there as well. So you'll notice that we can do that in that process. In the graduate programs, again, we have psychology, we have homeland security, and we have cybersecurity. One thing is nice about the cybersecurity. Zainab just put something in chat in Turkish. I hope everything's all right. One thing about cybersecurity, if you want to get that degree but don't want to leave your home, we have that online. So that is one of the many options that we have as an online degree that you could do from your home. Thank you, Zainab. Remind me to look in the, I was looking in the chat, but not the questions. I need to go to that. So I'll be answering the questions here in just a second. Let me move, actually, let me see what I can do here. Let me start down at the bottom. Let's see. Thank you, Nakati, about, yes, I'm glad that you recommend it. And do we have any collaboration with Turkish universities? No, we do not. And I would love to begin some. I've actually started talking with some people trying to get some academic synergies that we could do with some of the Turkish universities. We have several in Europe that we do exchanges with, but we do not have any in Turkey right now. So if you have a professor or an administrator university that is looking for collaboration, I would love to speak with them to build that up. And faculty, yes, we do have Turkish faculty members, though. I can try to get that information to you so that you can have that. And when we talk about Zati, one of the programs that are most advantageous for international students, really, it's what you want to study. When we look at it as far as an international versus a U.S. student, I don't look at it that way. I try to look at it as an individual. What do you want to study? What do you want to pursue? Where is it that you want to go? And that's where I start. I don't look at where you're from. I look at who you are and what you want to do. And that really is the key question here. Okay. So if we go on, so these are just some of the different areas that we have. I think as an international student, though, I will say if you're looking for work in the United States, Nakati, you're asking how many Turkish students we have in total. I think right now we have about 3 students from Turkey, maybe 4. And representatives in Turkey, we have a couple that we work with in Turkey there. And yes, we do have conditional admission for students that don't meet the language requirements. Okay, so let me continue on here. Okay, we also have education. We also have the College of Arts. So that's one of this, we have a lot of international students that actually come through the College of Arts. Matter of fact, I was in Seoul, South Korea, right before we all got shut down for COVID, and met with many of our alumni who had gone through our arts program. So arts and the performance are very popular at Rider. One thing that is very good too is how do we get you connected into the community? These are just some of the different corporations that we work with that are available to you, whether you're doing an internship or helping get you connected after your graduation. Okay. Now, before I get into admissions and tuition scholarships, let me go through and see if I can answer any of these questions that I might have missed here on the side here. So do we have, yes, we have a ESL program. I'm putting the link in right now into that question for you. And we do not require, we are test optional. No SAT required. Put that in. And then GPA, yes. We need, our minimum is 2.5. So the question is, can I get in with lower than a 2.5? Well, then if you have lower than a 2.5 GPA, we need to see at least a 1300 SAT to be considered. So if you're lower than 2.5, we would require the SAT with that. So I know we've got a lot more questions in there. Oh, let me go back to one here. Hesser asked, do we have a graphic design internship? I'm going to go back to this just a second. Let me move back here to our graphic design. We have two options here. We have a graphic design program that is out of our College of Liberal Arts. You can see that down there at the bottom, graphic design. But we also have game and interactive media design. So it's a little bit different and it's more focused on the gaming industry. But in both of those, we do have internships available. Okay. So that will help you in that discussion in that area. We always, matter of fact, one of the key things at Rider is usually every year about 20 to see, yeah, about 30 to 35% of our students are participating in an internship. We are a campus of about 4,000 students. Last year we had 1,000 students do an internship. And so in the course of your 4 years with us, you could do one, possibly two internships, depending upon your program. And as far as the criteria for a graphic design internship, that is where you work with your faculty. Sometimes it's part of the program. Sometimes it's experiential with your program. It just has to be key with that as part of it. Okay. I do want to answer one question over here. How many intakes exist for the bachelor's? We have 2 intakes each year for freshmen, for first-year students, and 3 for transfer students. What is the difference between a first-year student and a transfer student? A first-year student is directly from high school, and a transfer student usually has some university experience with them. That they come, maybe have 1 or 2 years. So it depends on that program. So let's see if there's any other questions that I might have missed. Oh, here's an excellent question. There's something happening in the world called the coronavirus pandemic. Have you heard of it? Okay. So wanting to know what is the state of our campus? Well, good news. This fall we are back on campus. And all of our programs that are traditionally offered on campus will be on campus. We are also working with all of our students, especially our international students who are trying very quickly and hurriedly to get their visa appointments. So if you're still looking for this fall, we would love to accept your application. We would love to take you in. But do know that getting a visa appointment right now is a little bit difficult. So you may have to bump to spring for that. But we'll work with you and help you as quickly as possible with that. And matter of fact, let me just go and I'll share this. When we talk about the coronavirus and what we have here, resolved and ready. We have a page dedicated to our plan for a safe, enriching, and adaptive academic year. And I'm going to put this in the chat for everyone because I think it's very important. Your moms and dads, you yourself, you're like, what's going on with Rider? What's going on in the United States? So this gives you an update for all of the information that is happening. This is about vaccinations, and we just had some vaccinations on campus. We are requiring our students to be vaccinated for this fall. So I think that's very important to know. I think many universities in the United States are requiring vaccines, and we are working with you. Matter of fact, we just sent a survey out to our admitted students asking them what their plans were for the vaccine and if they could get it, because we realize in some countries it's hard to get the vaccine. And so we're trying to make plans to help our students, everyone get that vaccine for arriving on campus. And so we also have important dates about residence hall and dining. That's always important. Where am I going to sleep? And what am I going to eat? And how is that going to work in the age of COVID and the pandemic? You can read more about our plan, what we're doing. We have our communications. We even have a dashboard about how we're doing as a campus with COVID. We have the testing and anybody that's on quarantine. All of that is recorded here. And then how it impacts academics, athletics, health and wellness. All of this is all contained right here for you in that. Okay. All right. Sorry, I got off on that question. I thought that was an excellent question. Let me see if there's any questions I have missed. Let's see. I think I've got most of this answered. Okay. Minimum GPA. Do you have ESL program? Oh, can you inform us about the cost of living in New Jersey? All right. So let's get into applications, deadlines, and cost. And one thing that I always think is very, very important for everyone, and that is scholarships. What are we able to offer? Okay. So let's go into the admissions, tuitions, and scholarships, and we'll talk about that cost of living. Sitanye asked about cost of living. I think that's an excellent question. How much does it cost? Okay. Undergraduate admissions, we do have, these are the requirements here. And matter of fact, I'm going to put in, you can catch everything I'm about to tell you can be found if you go to this link right here. I'm putting in the chat. That will take you to all of the information on the application, the deadlines, all of that I'm giving here for you. We do need, for undergraduate, we need your official high school transcripts. We do require a TOEFL of 70 or an IELTS of 6.0. Also, we do accept the Duolingo. I realize that is becoming very popular because of access to tests. So we do accept the Duolingo test as well, and that will be a 95 that we take there. Part of the application is a personal essay and a letter of recommendation. Usually that is from a teacher or a high school counselor. Now, if you are going into an arts program, there may be an audition. So we would have that available for you there as well. Undergraduate tuition is about $35,000 per year. If you take in the living expenses, that goes to the question of how much it costs to live in New Jersey. If you're living on campus, your room and board is $15,000 a year. And that makes sure that you have a place to sleep, you have a place to study, you have a place to make friends, and you have a place to eat. 3 good meals a day. And matter of fact, if you go to our dining hall is unlimited eating, and you could sit there for hours upon hours and just eat away. But I don't recommend that. Okay. But this is very important. You see, look at that and say $55,000. Well, what do we have for scholarships? Well, our scholarships are academic. And all of our academic scholarships, these are available to everyone, even our international students. And it is based upon what you bring in terms of your academics. And that could be anywhere from $11,000 to $20,000 per year. And I'm going to put into, give me just a second, I'm going to put a link into, this is for our fall scholarships and what we have available. And I will share this, I'll put this in the link here. We have, again, $11,000 to $20,000 per year. We have 5 different scholarships available. And let's see. Whoops. How come my chat's not working all of a sudden? Oh, there it goes. Okay. There's a problem with your connection. Refresh page. Okay. I think I'm back. This has more information on our scholarships that we have available to students. Again, $11,000 to $20,000 per year in scholarships that we have available. If you want more information, you can also go to explore.rider.edu, lifting barriers. We talk about what is available there. Okay. So if you come in, you say $55,000, but get a $20,000 scholarship, then your total cost is only $35,000 per year. And so basically, I'll put in the scholarship opportunities for you there in the questions so that you have that. Okay. So let me talk, let's see, do I want to share the video? Let's see. Let me go back here 1 second. Nope. Where's my key? Okay. What I would like to do, I want to share with you just some of the opportunities that you can look at on campus. I think this is very important as you're looking through about what we have here. So let me go, give me just a second. I'm going to go back to this page. You could take a virtual tour of our campus, and all the videos that I'm about to share with you are right here. So if you wanted to link to them yourselves, L. Okay. And I'm going to put this in the chat for everyone. This is my email and contact information. And I will show you that. Matter of fact, why don't I just go ahead and do that very quickly so everyone can see this. That's me right there. I'm Jeff, and Erin is working with me. She was unable to join us today, but that is our contact information right there. I just put that in the chat for everyone to have there as well. So I think that is a good thing to make sure that you have available. So what I want to do is I just want to share with you just for a second, kind of a little bit more about Rider University so you could see what it looks like and how things are going here. So let me go to
Rider University. Rider's been the home for a quality education since 1865.
Rider offers more than 100 academic programs with plenty of opportunities for hands-on learning and internships, and you'll have the chance to develop your leadership skills along the way.
Plus, we have a beautiful campus with lots of things to do.
Rider is home to nearly 4,000 undergraduate students and almost 1,000 graduate students. It's just the right size, not too big and not too small.
We hope this tour shows you the Rider promise, how engaged learning transforms lives in our vibrant living and learning community.
Feel free to click on all our virtual tour stops, or just the ones that interest you. This tour is yours to make.
But please, visit our campus. Experience Rider in person to be sure you feel at home here, just like we do.
Okay, I just wanted to share that with you. Now, this page that I put in the chat, it's also available. You have, this is always very important. What do I eat? Okay, you can watch that video on our dining availability. Here is our Student Center and what is available there. Of course, in a Student Center, what university doesn't have a Starbucks? We always have a Starbucks there. You can also learn more about the academic communities that we have, as well as the athletic opportunities that we have. We are a Division I NCAA school, so we have soccer, we have volleyball, basketball, all of these are available. Matter of fact, we have 20 different Division I NCAA programs that we offer. This you can go into. This is the important one. What is some of our academic, what that looks like? Matter of fact, I'll just share that. I think that's important to know.
And an average class size of only 21. The academic experience.
Let me start here. Here we go.
Here we are at the academic quad with an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio and an average class size of only 21. The academic experience at Rider tends to be very interactive. You'll definitely get to know your professors and classmates.
Rider offers over 70 undergraduate majors. There are lots of opportunities to double major or add minors that suit your goals. There are also more than a dozen graduate programs here.
Pre-professional programs and fifth-year graduate options prepare students to continue on for advanced degrees. Our amazing faculty emphasizes our belief in hands-on learning that prepares students for their careers.
A Rider education is driven by a philosophy called engaged learning, which means Rider provides opportunities for students to apply what they learn in the classroom to real-world situations and professional experiences. You'll find opportunities for internships, study abroad, volunteering, chances to develop leadership skills, and much more.
Swaggart Hall, home to our College of Business Administration.
Okay, I'll go ahead and stop there, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a minute. So let's see, stop sharing. So I just wanted to talk, sit back a little bit. You're very welcome to go through and watch all those videos. I don't need to sit here and just watch videos with you. So I wanted to take a last little bit of chance. I know we only have about 15 minutes or so left, and just wanted to have some opportunities to discuss with you some of the good things about Rider University and what we have to offer. I just want to tell you from a personal standpoint, I am not from New Jersey. If you have been to the United States or talked with people from the United States, you notice that we have different accents depending upon what part of the U.S. we're from, just like you probably have different accents across Turkey, depending upon what area of the country people are from. I am originally from the southern United States in a state called Tennessee, and I moved up here to New Jersey about 10 years ago. And Rider has always been one of the most prominent universities. Probably right next to it, though, because Rider is very close, about 8-10 kilometers from Princeton University. So you got Princeton University and you got Rider right next to each other. But Rider has been there, and it has helped students throughout the years, 150 years. It's a beautiful campus. And I have been on many university campuses across the United States and across the globe. And Rider is one of the friendliest campuses I have ever been on. So I just wanted to state that personally, that when you come to Rider, because we are a small campus, 4,000 students, and because we're open, because it's beautiful, because it's green, we're not in the middle of a city, we're not crowded, you become part of a small family, the Rider University family. And we can help you with whatever your needs are to get through and to make sure that you are a success. So with that, I'll answer a few questions here. One question came up about the rank of the school. I think I answered that in the presentation, but in the North US, we are number 38. So if you go up to the northern United States, which is a lot of good and great universities in the North United States, we are ranked number 38. Also, we had a question about scholarships for graduate school students. The undergraduate, this is very important. I'll spend a little bit of time on here. Also, as Matula, I'll put it in the answer to the question here. I'm going to talk about undergrad and grad. At the undergrad, every student gets an academic scholarship. Okay, so that's very important to know. But at the grad level, you have to have an undergrad GPA of 3.75 out of 4 to receive a scholarship. And generally, it's going to be about it's about I think $1,200 scholarship. So you're looking at about 20-25% scholarship that you would receive. And generally speaking, at the grad level, 1 credit is about $1,000, and most grad programs take 30 credits in a course of 1.5 to 2 years. So you're looking at $15,000 a year, and then about yes, right at about $3,000 in graduate scholarships you would get. So right about 20-25% for that. Okay. It's asking about the application process. Once we have all the documents in, if it's undergrad, we can turn it around in just a few days. Just so I can say, 2 to 3 days. Then we send the scholarship. Then we send the I-20. And the I-20 will take anywhere from 3 to 5 days to get to you. Now, at the graduate level may take a little bit longer because usually at the graduate level, the graduate department wants to review the application as well. And so we will make recommendations on that. Okay. And there's Faiza asked about housing opportunities. Matter of fact, let me, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show this to everyone. Actually, I think this is a very good, let me share my screen here just again. I want to answer this question about housing. All of our international students, we're trying to keep them together in the GI residence hall. And I'm going to click on this. Whoops, where'd it go? My apologies, guys. Sometimes it doesn't move like I think. Here we go. Here we go. So we're going to go to G here. And I'm going to show you this video so you know I have a little bit about what it's like at our residence hall. So this is the question about housing options in university dorms.
Here are the residence halls on the east side of campus, 14 in all. The east side residence halls include standard rooms, suites, and apartments. They are conveniently close to Daly's Dining Hall and the Student Recreation Center. These residence halls feature learning communities for community service, business, science, the honors program, and more. Living on campus is a great way to connect with other students and make lifelong friends. The residence halls give you a space of your own to relax and study in between classes and activities. And remember, Rider is more than buildings and a pretty campus. Living on campus helps you connect with people and activities and take advantage of the whole engaged learning experience. It's your home away from home.
Okay, so that was just a little bit about the Rider University housing that we have to offer. So you can look more about the G Residence Hall, which is where our international students would be staying. Okay, well, one more question came up here. Matter of fact, I'll go while I've got my screen share on. I'm going to go back to the beginning. One thing has to do with student life. And I'm going to answer a couple of different ways here for you because everybody has different interests. You come to learn, but you also come to grow. As you find out who you are, what your interests are, and what you want to be involved with. And with that, we have many different options here on the student life. And I'll put this in the chat just so that you have this. So we go to student life. I'm going to put this in the chat so you can learn a little bit more about what we have to offer on campus. And this covers everything from a place to call home, more about housing and dining. We talk about the community. We talk about wellness. Here, if you're an artist, want to do more, participate, maybe you're studying information systems, but you love to play the guitar. You might want to find a group that has similar interests for that. We also have the team player and fitness. And then we also have events and traditions. Find out what it's like to be part of the Rider University experience. We're also very much into diversity and inclusion, making sure that everybody, no matter your background, has opportunity here. And that's especially true when we're talking about our international community. So you can get the latest here as well. And then if you are interested in clubs, let me go to this. Where's my clubs? Activities and organizations. Yes, this is what I was looking for. I'll put this in the chat here for everyone as well. This has our activities and organizations that you can get involved in. It could be academic, community service, diversity, government, special interest groups. And then if you want to look for all of them, here you can go through and do a search for all of the different organizations. If my computer, yeah, here we go. You have different categories that we have. You look at athletics, media, club sports, all the different types of sports that would be available to you. So I'll put that in there. And then let's say you want something a little bit more. Let's say maybe you are a top athlete and you say, I want to come to Rider and get an education, but I also want to play my sport. Well, let me share that with you as well here. So I'm going to set this. This would be for students that are at the top of their athletic ability in their sport. Again, we have, I think it is 20 different sports that we have available. You can see here we have men's sports of basketball, baseball, cross country, golf, soccer, swimming, tennis, track and field, and wrestling. On the women's side, we have basketball, cross country, field hockey, soccer, softball, swimming, tennis, track and field, and volleyball. So there's just some of the different options we have. So someone was asking about scholarships, and that for an athlete, I can't give you an answer for that. That depends upon the coach. All of our coaches have different amounts of money that are available, and depending upon what they need for their program and for their team. But I have worked with many athletes, and many of them have received full scholarships in that. Okay. All right. And one last thing before I go, I'm going to share with you, because I think this is very, very important. This is, how do I get a full tuition scholarship? I'm going to talk about this. I think this is important for everyone to know. I'm going to put this in the chat. Go to financial aid and scholarships. I shared this a little bit earlier about our scholarships and grants. But if you're a first-year student, we do have what is called a trustee scholarship. Okay. This right here, this top one, is full tuition. So remember, tuition is $35,000. Then this gives you full tuition. But this one is a competitive scholarship. You have to apply for it. You have to meet criteria. You have to go through an interview for this. And so you can learn more about this trustee scholarship when you click on here. And I'm going to share this link here. We don't have information yet for fall 2022 because this is something, if you're looking for to come to Rider in the fall of 2022, then you need to come back to this page. Usually it's going to be by November is when we'll have our application deadline for that. Matter of fact, this year we had 120 students apply, but we only give 10 of these away. So I would encourage you, it takes a little work. We just don't give these away, and it would be very much worth it for that. So I encourage you in that. Okay. All right. And lastly, I just want to make sure that I will leave this up here for everyone so that you have my contact information. I will leave that there. Are there any other questions that you may have? It could be about academics, it could be about campus life, tuition, admissions. Again, feel free to reach out to me. We will be happy to have you with that. All right, Nakati, thank you. All right. Well, I know that we're coming up on the time. Let me say this. Thank you for your time this afternoon. I realize that some of you are looking for graduate school. Some of you are looking to transfer. And some of you are looking to go to university for the first time. And I just want to say, wherever you are, thank you for taking your time and listening about Rider University. I know that you have many, many choices when it comes to your education. In the United States, we have 4,000 universities and colleges. But you also may be looking at Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia. You may be looking at China. You may be looking at somewhere in Europe. wherever you look, wherever you go, I hope that you choose Rider. But I know that many of you will choose another place. But wherever you go, whether it's with us here at Rider or someplace else, I wish you success. I wish you success in your academics. I wish you success in your career. And I wish you success personally. And I do hope that when the pandemic allows us to travel, that I will be able to meet you in person when I come and visit you in Turkey, whether I go to Izmir, Istanbul, or wherever you are. I would love to travel around and be part of that. So thank you all. And with that, I think I've come about to the time. So if there are not any more questions, I will turn it back over to Zeynep.
Yes, Jeff, thank you for your fantastic presentation. We believe it was a really informative webinar for the attendees. And we had a good amount of questions and you answered them all. Thank you for your answers.
You're very, very welcome. Again, I wish everyone I wish everyone success as they go forward for what they're doing. So thank you all for your time. Zeynep, thank you to you and the IEFT team for putting this together, for all of your work in this, and for all of the work that you do to help students as they find the best choice for them.
Yes, by the way, we have a question. Could you please answer that too? So Khan is asking, how much is the fee for the master program? He asked in Turkish, so I'm just...
Oh, okay, for the master's program. Which area of study? Well, let me answer. If it's business related, it's about $1,000 per credit, and you have 30 to 36 credits. So you're looking at about $30,000 to $36,000. That's business. If it is liberal arts or organizational psychology, those types, we have arts management, cybersecurity. Those are about 800 to 900 per credit. So it's a little bit less. So does that help answer that question there on the business side?
Yes, finance.
Okay. And yes, Khan, you can pay monthly. We do have a monthly payment plan for students. So when you see, for example, if you to give you an example, a real life example, let's say you're in an MBA program, Masters of Business Administration. And you will have 9 credits you take in a semester, okay? And you may look at the whole program, the whole MBA, and say, oh, that's $30,000, $36,000. Well, you don't pay $30,000, $36,000 one time. You only pay for that semester. So you got 9 credits in that semester. So that would be about $9,000 that you have to pay. And then you could pay that monthly or in 2 installments. So we do work with you on that, okay? And then if you get a scholarship, that's even better. Okay, perfect, Con. I'm glad you have it. You have my email, Con. Feel free to email me directly. I'm going to put it back in the chat just in case people might have overlooked it or went by and didn't write it down. But please feel free to email me. I'll be happy to get in more details and specifically with a program of study. Again, we have over 100 majors, and it's impossible to answer questions about all 100 majors in just a few minutes. So I'd be very happy to talk to you individually about majors. And I think this is good. I can always connect you to a faculty member. I think it's all, I work in admissions, but I think it's even better when you can talk to a faculty member.
Yes, that's really good to hear. Thank you for your answer, Jeff. Also, I would like to thank the participants in Turkish as well. Katıldığınız için teşekkür ederiz arkadaşlar. Rider University ile ilgili diğer sorularınız için Jeff'in paylaşmış olduğu mail adresinden iletişime geçebilir ve linkleri inceleyebilirsiniz. Aynı zamanda sizi 6'daki webinarımıza da davet etmek isteriz. Thank you again, Jeff. It was a pleasure to have you in IEFT Talks.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.